up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to tell when your hair is actually starting to lock. So just a few signs that I've noticed, like as my hair has been locking. I'm 6.5 months in my lock journey, for those of you that don't know, and right now it looks like I need a retwist because I sometimes retwist, sometimes I don't. So this is what it looks like. A lot of loose strands still. But the first thing that I would have to say that I've noticed when I realized that my hair was locking in one area of the coil is that it no longer had a stretch to it. So the elasticity was not what it used to be. So when I first started my coils, they were finger coils. So they were pretty loose. They were nowhere near as tight as traditional comb coils would be. So as you can see, like I have one out in the front here. If I pull this, the only thing that you can see stretching is going to be my new growth or my unraveled hair that's up here, which is not formed into the locked part of my hair right here. I mean, even this right here, which isn't fully locked yet, is not really like, that's not stretching. So this, I'm like pulling it, it's not stretching at all. So once you notice that your hair is no longer stretching, you know it's not stretching because it's all tangled up into the lock itself. So that's what it's doing. That's the first one. So the second thing that I noticed when I started to realize like my hair is locked is that the texture was changing. And so I started out with, the grade of my hair is like 3B/4A because I do have multiple different textures throughout my head, but a lot of my hair is 3B, and if you're not familiar with the different textures and numbers and letters and stuff like that, it's pretty much fine curly hair. I can show you in the back. Again, right now my hair looks kind of crazy, so it probably look crazy back here too, but so if you can see how fine this hair is back here, a lot of my hair, especially in the back, it's fine like this, although it is still thick. And because of that, many people told me that my hair would take like 1.5 years plus to lock and stuff like that. And I will admit that other parts of my hair that are not as soft as this have adapted to locking much faster, but it is still locking. Like I still have locks back here and they're still doing their thing. But as I said, the texture has started to change. It may come from the fact that I stopped conditioning my hair a couple months into me having my locks, maybe in the second month, I believe. But I stopped conditioning it because it honestly helped my hair lock much faster. When I was still conditioning it in the beginning, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was like stopping the progression of it because it was still keeping my curly, I don't know how to explain it. I don't do hair, I don't know. But yeah, so that was the second thing. Knowing that the texture of your hair is like somewhat changing, and usually it's going to be a little bit more coarse, or I would even say it'll have less of a shine to it. So I feel like my natural shine is no longer existing unless I just wash my hair. When I first wash my hair and it's like drenched in water, you can kind of see a shine to it then, but once it dries up, it's like it's over. And the other sign that I noticed when I started to realize that my hair was locking is the stiffness of it. So you probably see this quite often when people have baby lock, starter lock. Their hair starts to, like, if they are able to put it up into a ponytail. I do my half pony all the time because I can put it all up in a ponytail, but I will either have to pin it or it'll just be like this long, literally. But you can see from this right here, you see how like they're just stiff, they're just like hanging out. Like if I was to be drawing my hair, it would literally just be like sticking out. It's not gonna be like, if you see somebody who has mature locks, who's had locks forever, if they put their hair up in a ponytail, it's gonna hang like a ponytail. Like for some reason, the only thing I keep thinking about right now is like a horse's tail that looks like a ponytail basically. Like it's going to, you know, it's going to flow. It's going to do what ponytails usually do with like loose hair. But with baby locks, starter locks, just not fully mature locks, I noticed that there's a stiffness to them where if you put it up, it's just going to kind of like, it's just going to stay up. So those were my tips for noticing that your hair is actually starting to lock, which is so exciting. I can speak for it myself. Thank you guys for watching this video. Happy Tuesday.